Hello, welcome to my second episode of Siege Coaching. Today we'll be looking at HP Rogue's clip on Theme Park Secure Area. Let's get into it. This is a good suggestion by a teammate, except it isn't because Office is a bad side. If you want to suppress your enemy, go an off-meta side that isn't unviable. Office is not viable. A good example of this is, what is it called again? Consulate. You can go either garage or upstairs in office. Both of those are pretty viable, although office is better. But that's different topic. So you can go either of those, but you can also go lobby because lobby is still very good if you play with the team, and it's very off meta, and the enemy won't be prepared for it if you go there the first round. So that's a good example of it. Bad example is this going office. Office is bad off meta objective. Don't do it. Let's jump right to your. So you didn't do that. Obviously, you went drug lab, and that's good. So let's look at your object selection. You have a Cade. You're going drug lab. That's it. You don't have any other breach denial. You need mute and bandit, or mute and Cade, but you need something to hold those big walls. You've got a huge wall behind you if you hold behind those um, behind this little corner area. You know what I mean, I think. Like, let me draw this. So you got this area. Actually, let me draw. You got this area, and this is a breachable wall, and these are four breachable walls. That makes 2 plus 4. And you have 2 plus 4 walls. You either need a Cade and bandits, not Cade and bandit, or mute and bandit, or mute and Cade. Either of those work fine, but you need more breach denial on this objective. That's the first point I have. The second one I have is that the rest is very good. A Vigil is always pretty viable in ranked, not in ranked. He's viable in high level, but in ranked he's almost always viable. He's a good pick, he has a good gadget, and that's it. Ella is a good pick. She's an amazing anchor, roamer, everything. Her gadgets are very good, and Kate is a good breach denial. Mira is always top tier, and Maestro is good as well. Let's jump to this. So you drop up wire. I prefer deployable shields just because I don't know, you can hide in the corner with it. It's better on some objectives. For example, on Oregon, I prefer camping in the laundry corner with a shield to cover me. But that's personal preference, I think. So let's talk about your first um, evil eye placement. Let's place it down. Place barbed wire there. That's good. You seem so. What I noticed, I haven't written it down, but I noticed you're running around very aimlessly. Apparently, you have 45 seconds. You need to use those. You just ran in circle 2 times, I think, or 1 time, but you have a little more of a plan when setting up. Right, so you reinforce. Uh, Another good tip, I'll give it after this, is the following. Let's say you reinforce and reinforce from inside the objective. So this is OBJ, and this is an enemy Maverick. He just melts a hole straight through there and shoots you. And you can't see it because the reinforcement is very dark, and you just can't see it because the burn effect is very dark as well. However, if you go and reinforce from the other side, let me draw this, the hole won't be as dark because you got the little wood thing here going on, so you can see the burn through the wood. So if possible, always reinforce from the non-objective side, from outside. Sorry, that's my phone going off. Um, so let's skip this. So you evil eye camera placement. This is personal preference as well. Let me skip back 5 seconds. What I like to do is not set it up right here. I'd like to set it up right here because then you can still view this area properly. You can view this area properly, this hallway, and you can view this. However, at the end of this hallway, there will be this corner, and you can see behind the corner slightly if you put it right here. With that placement, you can't see behind this corner. Just a quick heads up, if that makes sense. It should make sense, but I prefer to place it on those entrance places because then you can view inside the entrance there and like you can view all of this. That's a little better in my opinion. And the second thing is the round started. You shouldn't set up in the round. You shouldn't set up your cameras off-site in the round. Don't do that. Unless you're Valkyrie, then you need to throw them out. But not do that when the round starts. You might get rushed and die instantly. See, and here, same thing. You're putting it here. I know that because I watched the clip already. This is a good camera. I prefer putting it somewhere around. Let me show. Maybe somewhere around there, but that's a good camera. I don't have anything to say about that. That's good. What I have to criticize a lot though is that it's now 20 seconds in the round. If they rushed, you would have died already. Don't do that. You have 45 seconds of prep phase. Those weren't very far away. You did have time to set that up. Don't do that in the round. If you die as Maestro, your evil eyes are useless, so do that in the prep phase, not in the round. So let me check. So checking your camps, that's good. So you can trackle by Jekyll, track by Jekyll, and you're moving, that's good. What I advise is going into a corner you won't be at, especially when you're on objective. Just go into the corner you won't be at during the game and you're fine. Then move again to your preferred place. So in this case, for example, move behind that in that right corner. Or move behind the mirror, because then you will be in an unexpected position. So the next thing is you're getting tracked by Jekyll. Why do you peek without moving? Don't do that. You're gonna die. She knows exactly where he is now. And the second thing you'll see in a second is crosshair placement. If you placed it at crouch height, you wouldn't have died. You could have shot her. And that's very important. And I said that earlier in another video. But if you prefer at crouch height instead of if you prefer at this height, you miss someone who's crouched. If you prefer at this height, you won't miss someone who's standing upstand. I'm sorry, I'm not English, but someone who's standing up. So if you prefer at crouch height, you won't miss someone who's standing up. However, you prefer at head height for someone who's standing up, you will miss someone who's crouching, and therefore you won't even damage them. So always prefer at crouch height. And you're dead. So the next thing you do is switch to your teammates. Don't do that. Watch cameras, support them. It's as easy as this. And let's get to the next round. So there it is. Don't spectate your teammates. Watch cams for them. It's very important. Okay. Let's skip to your operator choice. So operator choice. On theme park, I'd suggest picking Thermite instead of Hibana. You can open all hatches you need with Thermite. And if in case they go bunks, for example, you can still open the big walls. With Hibana, you can only open one big wall. You can't open two. So pick Thermite over Hibana. If you want to be hard support, that is. But that isn't you, that's your teammate, so don't worry about that. Jekyll is a good pick. Jekyll is basically like a pocket bug. You have your shotgun, and that's a very good shotgun. It isn't good for killing, but it's a very useful shotgun because it can open floors just like Bass isn't as good, but it's very good at it. So Jackal is a pocket bug, and you have two of those. You have two soft breachers and a third one with Sophia. It's not necessary. You could have picked, for example, Thatcher or Thermite, but it's a good pick. It's not something I would complain about, but it's something I would like to mention. And the next thing is Let me skip. Uh, Here, right here, you spot them on objective. That's wasting your drone. You waste your drone a lot with that because then they know they're spectating and then they will look for your drone and then your drone gets shot. Your drone is basically the only reliable friend in this game. Your drone won't miss anyone that's standing there. If you're on your drone, you're the only one at fault if you don't see them at your drone. So always keep your drones. Your drones will save your life. Don't use it for spotting enemies on objective. There's literally no point. And the second point I'd like to make is basically this. Then just in just a second, this and wait. Oh no, that's too far. And this, you peek very slowly in Siege. If you peek slowly, you die. It's supposed to be tactical, but you still die because Siege isn't tactical. Peek fast, don't peek slow. Peeking slow will get you killed, and you peeked very slow 3 times. If that Cade was good, he would have killed you, no doubt. So don't peek slow, peek fast. Mm, Other than that, you got a kill, that's good. So spotting, another thing, don't spot unless you need to. In this case, you need to because it's an alibi hologram, or she's pretending to be an alibi hologram and I don't know why she isn't moving, but you should have done that. Then your bug gets the kill, this is good. Very good round work. Excellent play. But don't spot if you don't need to, call out instead. So the first few times I watched this clip, I thought this was a person who complained that he didn't tell your bug that there was someone, but turns out it's just a corpse. So then again, pinging that echo. Why do you ping him? Call him out. This is good. Just right pop wire. I don't know why Sophia didn't do that yet. And then another thing I notice is going around corners and trying to pre-fire them, or at least pre-peek them without your ADS up. Don't do that. You can see it right here. You should have went around that corner ADSing already. And then the other thing is your crosshair placement. That was slightly too, I don't know, it wasn't too low, but it wasn't too high either. It was between crouch height and head height, so you didn't headshot him. And then your send seems a bit too fast because you missed him first, but that might have been reaction time, I'm sure. So that was a good kill. You got a good round. You got 2 kills. Very good. That's a 2-1. And very good. You helped your team out a lot. You got an assist by spotting that. There's not much you could have done better, except maybe using Jekyll gadget more, which wasn't really possible because you weren't inside the most of the round, but you used it right at the end. But you should try to use a gadget more. Mm, yeah, no. Yeah, right. Crosshair placement. I talked about that. I'm just looking at my notes. Yeah. No, I wrote down your send seems to be a bit too slow because you flick from there to there and then there. Try turning it up a bit. Right. Next round. So in this round, good picks, and yeah, that's it. Good picks. Valkyrie is good, Bandit is good, Mira is good, Jaeger is good, Kate is good, especially on Daycare. Excellent pick. So let's look at this, and Chimera is opening that. That is good. And you impact between bombs. Good. That's what you're supposed to do. Another preferential thing, I think, is that you shouldn't bring impact cascade. In this case, you don't have any other impact, so it's good that you brought them. But I think you should bring barbed wire because you got the electric claw. Let's say you have banded and mute already, then you'd be useless. So bring barbed instead of impacts because you usually have impacts. In this case, you don't, but you should bring barbed, especially since it's a very good utility gadget. And you can electrify it even though the enemy can't shoot the electric claw. Then here the same thing. You should reinforce from inside train to counter Maverick slightly, but I already talked about that. Mm, then here, you know, uh, you have a mirror, so you need to watch out for twitch drones, and you can see it right here. You should destroy it. You need to watch out for twitch drones when you have a mirror on your team. During the first 15 seconds, watch out for twitch drones. If nothing comes, you should be clear. Then look. Then you set it up a second time, and set it up a second time. I think it should be right around here. You can hear it moving, and it almost got the mirror again. That was very bad. Watch out for twitch drones. Help your mirror. Watch out for them. Don't be an idiot and let twitch drones drive right onto your mirror. Mirror can't watch because he's watching your mirror already. So you get it in this case and it misses the mirror. But you need to watch out. That's very important because mirrors are useless if they're open, mostly. But that was good. You can twitch drone, so it's nothing that will be worth of a very big complaint. Just be slightly more careful. And then let me skip through right here. Good peek. Good prefer. You got him. End. Well played. Yeah, and the round ends. Um, this lineup might seem good at first, but you got one huge issue. You don't have any gadget denial like Thatcher or Twitch or IQ even. You need someone to take out gadgets. Batteries, ADSs, Kapkan traps, Legion traps, Echo drones, anything like that. But you don't have anyone. So in the future, try instead of going bug when you have a Jackal, try going Thatcher or IQ or Twitch. Doesn't matter, just bring someone who can destroy those gadgets. Um, it's the same here. You wasted your drone in the prep phase. Don't do that. Your drone is important. You're opening edges. That's very good. That's what you're supposed to do as bug because then you don't have to waste beat chargers. Although you had a sledge, sledge could have done that as well. Then your drone, very good as well. Uh, then you know this is clear. You should have called out to your team that is clear. Then those nades were very risky in case they were holding the mirror, but this was open so they couldn't really hold the mirror because they could have shot. But be careful when throwing those nades. That was risky. Mirror could have completely destroyed you there. Then the next thing is situational awareness, and it will come up in a second again. But you know, there's one there and you have a drone hole there. Why don't you throw a nade through that drone hole? You would have gotten a kill 100%. I'd say 100% chance there would have been a kill. And you missed that nade. Then you spot it and you spot his feet. And then you just stop caring and it will pay off in a second and you die from there. Why did you stop looking there? You shot at her. You knew you were there and you just stopped caring. That was very bad play and that you need to work on your game sense because You could have gotten her. You could have naded her. You could have shot her. Just don't look away because she isn't shooting you. That doesn't make sense at all. So watch out. And your teammate dies. Try to watch drones next time, like I mentioned earlier. And here. You don't have any breach denial again. Or not sufficient. In this case, you don't have any. Maybe Maestro can be used to some, but you don't have any direct breach denial. No bandit, no mute, no gate. Very bad, especially since you're going drug lab. Don't do that. Also, Cav is... mm, she's a good pick, but you should have traded her for this breach denial. The rest is good. Then it's basically the same again. This time you seem to have a little more of a plan as to where you want to set up, and that's good. Always have a plan. Try planning in the already big phase already. Try planning what you're gonna do because that's important. You need to know what you're gonna do, otherwise you will take longer to execute it, and this will pay off. This faster setting up. And then let's skip this. Yeah, that one wall isn't reinforced like this one, but that oh, it actually is reinforced. I think yeah, it is reinforced, and that's good. Got Valkyrie, good camps on Valkyrie. And let me skip through it. Watch your camps. The enemy takes time to push. You know someone's coming from there. That's good. You got the call out. Why did you do that? Why did you shock her? You shouldn't have done that. It would have killed her. It would have injured her slightly, not much, and it would put you at a very dangerous spot with your evil eye because you need that for plant denial. You just try to tag her, even though someone's on the window and shooting could have shot your cam. Also, you got shot, so not good. Try finding a secure spot. Then that's good. Trying to figure out where they are, and know they have Maverick, and someone's going to the bathroom, and someone's there. That's good. But don't ping as much. Call out, and don't tag them. Why would you do that? Your evil eye is important. Don't just waste it to tickle the enemy. And now you're dead. And then they completely collapsed on you. You should have been more careful, but that was the enemy just being straight up better than you. Not much you could have done there, except maybe calling out more and trying to have a more secure approach to defending. You could have had a roamer trying to take them out, but that didn't work out. And you should have done the reinforcement thing because the Maverick wouldn't have gotten one of your friends. So let's go on to this. Again, Hibana Thermite, and the rest is good. Breach denial, soft destruction, and hard breaching. Good. And you didn't waste your run. Good. That was well played. And you'd run ahead for a team again. That's good as well. And then you put an objective to spot. Galach is under murder, facing drag. Give callouts, don't spot. This is just general advice I can give you about this video. Callouts. don't spot. So you now know there's a frost map in there, call it out. Frost map in bathroom, be careful. You called the Legion out, that was good. You didn't ping him, you called him out, good. That's a good call on the frost. You didn't spot her again. Good. Tell Johanna there's a frost map because if she runs into um, rush that Legion, she will walk into the frost map if she doesn't see it. You know the last two on objective. You know Legion it was last time around here and Frost was an OBJ. Call that out. Last two OBJ. Or bathroom in this case. Good. I'll call out last one, OBJ. Yeah, someone called it out. You should call it out. And that was close. Let's go into overtime. You so you pick deck here and very good. This is how your picks are supposed to look when you have a lot of reinforceable walls. Excellent. Oh, one thing I'd like to mention is if you're going mute, now you use the SMG11, but try to go the MP5K. It's a very good shotgun. It's a very good gun. The shotgun isn't that great. Now that he has the SMG11, it's okay to do that, but I recommend using the MP5K. It's very good. It's just a slight pea shooter, but it's very accurate. Good again. Uh, Muting the doorways. You could have used it on walls too, but you have bandits, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, he has me 11, so it's fine. Never mind then. Also, why aren't there mirrors there? What's your mirror doing? I'd like to know. Oh, never mind. There are the mirrors. And you know they have Twitch on. Watch out. Yeah, you're doing that. Good. You just heard it shock you. Or shock someone else. Watch out. I would like to complain, but I always have the same issue when using shotgun strategy drones. Try working on the accuracy. On shotgun is a difficult thing because it's randomized spread, obviously. So yeah, try using a main gun for that, not a shotgun. I happen to have the same issue where I can't hit drone with a shotgun, but I can one tap them with a pistol. Don't use shotguns to shoot drones unless you know you won't hit them with your primary anyway. Try use your primary because it's much more accurate. Even hipfire. So there was reaction time and I don't know, game sense a bit too because you were peeking behind that and he could have crouched there, so he should have peeked in a different way. Um, but yeah, you died. And then call out fuse on me. Because your Echo was completely clueless and oblivious. As you saw that, call it out. Yeah, you should have called out more, much more, than you would have won the round. Good picks, no Heart Breacher. You got to blitz though, so you can rush them. However, we have two very good soft breachers and Jackal. Try swapping one of those out for a hard breacher like Thermite. That's very important, even if you don't want to play him. You need his gadget. Let's look at your Tronberg. Good call out. Dumping them, call out who it is. You just wasted your drone. Never mind, they don't seem to be finding your drone. Ah, there it goes. Don't spot on objective, you need your drone. Please. I don't know what happened there, let me look at it. Yeah, okay, that was... hmm. You should have droned where you're going, instead of droning where your team is going, because you need your drone. Your team has drones, but you don't have one now. Good use of the Jackal gadget. And you died. If you had a drone, you would have known. Also, don't say something like, oh, of course he would be up there, but because why wouldn't he be up there? Say where he is. And the same thing, watch cams, not spectating. Mm, that was a very uncoordinated push, but that was more on your teammates, not on you. So just general advice, try to coordinate even with your randoms, because they know how to play Siege 2. They just need you to talk to them. And yeah, not sure what those peaks are, but try to call out, try to recap him where they are. They're all peaking now, but try to recap. Hey, Bandit might be pushing from your right or something. Or we don't know where Bandit is yet. He might flank. Watch out. Uh, and then he dies. Yeah, that's it. But basically, drone more effectively and in general more. Don't waste drone. Use your drone for you, not for your teammates, unless your teammates tell you to do so. Because your drone is your only really reliable teammate. You would have droned those stairs, you would have died. You should work on your positioning because the first few minutes Let me see where, right here. When you died to that Twitch, you should have moved. You got um, tracked by Jackal. You should have moved. Why would you stay there? The third point is working on your crosshair placement. It was between crouch height and head height most of the time. Try going into the end and practicing there for just head height. Then you'll get a feel at for what crouch height is. So do that. Just grind T-hand. Also up your sense a bit. That might help. I hope you enjoyed and I hope it helped you out.